Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome, welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I'm your hostess and your Melanie the Queen. Y'all, how y'all doing? Let me turn this down. I don't want the music to be playing in the background. That's my relaxation music, y'all. Phil Casagrande. If you don't know about him, look him up. So, sorry, I'm sending text messages. Okay. Did anybody watch the Super Bowl last night? I'm just inquiring minds want to know, did anybody watch the Super Bowl last night? And I'm checking my emails at the same time. Multitasking, y'all. Did anybody watch the Super Bowl last night? Yes or no? Y'all didn't care. You let me know. I know I'm bundled up, y'all. They got it freezing up in there. Shout out to Brown Girls Are Beautiful. This is one of my hoodies I got on. This is the distressed look. I wore this today. It says Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Check me out, y'all. Well, I heard that Lady Gaga performed. I didn't watch it. I heard that Cardi B was there dancing and she was irritated because of Stefan Stevens inviting Offset's ex-mistress to the game and something about she was pregnant with Offset's child while Cardi B was still married to Offset. I don't even think they're divorced yet, and something about Offset told her to get rid of the child. Now it's just a bunch of nonsense, to be honest. Um, I didn't watch it. I didn't really care if I watched it or not because I feel like a lot of these sports are rigged. Um, just didn't see what all the hype was about. But if you did watch it, hopefully you had a good time joining the festivities. And I heard it was a lot of AI commercials going on. It is what it is, y'all. They want AI to take over the world anyway. But the more that AI takes over, the more they take humanity out of everything. Everything's going to be just washed down, dumbed down. It's just going to have no real meaning, no energy, no life, no excitement, y'all. And that's how I look at stuff. So I don't know if you feel that way, but I definitely feel that way. Um, so again, I did not watch it, didn't care to watch it. So if you did, let me know how you enjoyed it. From what I could see, the Seahawks won. And do y'all remember the last time the Seahawks played the Patriots? I think that was like, oh, what year was that? Like 20. I don't know. I have to fact check. But I remember what actually happened in the game because we were watching it. And the coach called for Russell Wilson to throw that ball. And when he threw that ball, the other team caught it. That's how they made the touchdown. That's how they won. And Russell Wilson looked devastated, y'all. Do y'all remember that? So then I figured out, as it was already being speculated, that these sports and these games are rigged. They're rigged, y'all. Even the basketball games are rigged. That's why I don't get, like, people get all excited about that type of stuff. I don't, because they're sending a message. Think about it, patriots. Patriotism is for the United States of America. So they're letting you know through the name of sports, whichever team wins has ties to what's going on um, in the political realm for that time of year and what's going to happen. It's kind of like a forewarning of what may happen. That's how I see it when it comes to like football and stuff like that. You got to kind of pay attention and then look at the colors too. You know, they have red and blue. The Patriots, talking about the patriotism for America, y'all. And they are actually um I guess banning people from saying something negative. Did you? No, I didn't watch it either. No, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch any of it, y'all. I didn't see the halftime show, but I do know that they said that Lil Jon was supposed to perform. I don't know if he actually performed or not, because of the untimely demise of his son. She said they make a big deal about the Super Bowl every year. It's not helping any of us. This is true. How did the Super Bowl help you this year? Let me know. Did the Super Bowl help you? Did you bet on the game? Did you have a gathering with friends and family? Did you do anything special? Bon Bon, you're asking me a lot of questions. Do you like it? You answer that question for me. Do you like it? Yes, indeed. Y'all had to come to the car and warm up because they had it freezing inside the classroom, which is ridiculous. I don't know why they feel the need when we're in cold weather in winter season to have what feels like the air conditioner blasting, cold air blowing. Children are in the classroom telling me they're cold and they want to go get their jackets have on throughout the remainder of the day, sitting there with coats and jackets on because they're cold in the classroom. It's ridiculous. Hit the like button, y'all. Thank you so much, girl dad, cooking up deliciousness. What's good, Don, the Lakers fan? Did y'all watch the Super Bowl? Let me know in the chat section. I'm just going to tell you right now, I did not watch it. I didn't watch it. I get so tired of spam messages coming through on my phone, y'all. I'm doing two things at one time. You said absolutely not. So your thing is basketball, obviously. I didn't watch it either. Don't feel bad. I didn't watch it either, y'all. I didn't watch it either. Should I set the phone up like this? I got another phone sitting on the thing. That's why I don't put it down right here. Yeah. But I hope y'all are having a good day today. You said no, haven't in the past year, sports in general. Well, you know what? I don't feel bad then. Better response, hell no, unless it's the LA Rams. Okay, so I don't feel bad because, they make a big deal about it every year. Like millions of people tune in. And like if you didn't watch the football game, like where were you at on the map in the world? What have you been doing? But I really thought about it, y'all. There are so much other things going on in real life besides a football game. Like people got real stuff going on. So no, I didn't watch it. But I do know that allegedly the Seahawks won. Better response. Hell no. So it's okay if you didn't watch it. It's okay if you're not one of those people that participates in the programming of these rituals every single year. I know people do a lot of gathering, a lot of getting together, a lot of preparing, a lot of spending of money, making food, inviting people over, to sit down and watch these games, going to sports bars, all that type of stuff, making plans and stuff. It's all good. So I don't feel bad. And I want you to know out there, if you did not watch the game either, don't feel bad for not falling in line. You said Seahawks won, good for them. We don't care. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So it's my understanding that this guy named Stefan Stevens, which is Cardi B's youngest child's father, I think he's part of the Patriots. Yeah. So his team lost. Cardi B was there, but she did some type of performance, or she was involved in some type of performance. I didn't hear that Lil Jon performed. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I was curious to know if he was going to perform because, they said that his son was found in a pond on February, I think, was it the 3rd? No, he went missing on February 3rd, and I think they found his body on February the 6th in a pond out in some part of Georgia, y'all. He was only, they said, 27 years old. They said he ran out of the house early in the AM hours, did not take keys, no phone, no belongings, didn't have any clothes on.
I thought that was very weird, very strange. It doesn't make sense to me. They're not saying whether or not he suffered from mental illness, y'all. But even if he did suffer from deal with mental illness, why wouldn't someone be checking on him or watching him if it was that bad? I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating, but something doesn't sound right about that story whatsoever at all. I just don't understand. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the Stephen Twitch boss situation when the alleged wife, Allison Holker, states that Stephen Twitch ran out of the house, and I don't even think he took his cell phone, but he just left the house abruptly on foot. Like, why would you leave the house? Something is not sounding right. And then they said that Stephen Twitch boss took himself out, guys. And they're trying to say he checked himself in at some hotel, but we never saw any type of like evidence. It was very quiet, very hushed, very rushed. Y'all, they're hiding a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I don't trust that industry. I'm glad I saw your live because I missed it. My nice guy mode will be erased. Okay. Something's not right about this stuff. False reports, I think so. You all know they can pay off the medical examiners as well when they actually look at people's bodies and do the determining cause of demise. They pay those people off too. And so I guess Jay-Z came onto the field to show his face because of all these allegations that have been going on against him with the Epstein files. And he brought Rumi, I think that's the female's name, the youngest daughter, and then he also bought Blue Ivy with him to the football field. He didn't bring the son. I don't think he was there with Beyonce. I'm not even sure because I just saw a clip a few minutes ago. But y'all, all of this stuff is just a whole bunch of antics and a facade, and it's all for like optics, and I'm over it. I'm just over the whole thing. I don't even care anymore. If they take him down, they take him down. Who cares? Who cares? Because it's like, what are these people doing for us personally? Nothing. Why should we care that much? We shouldn't. My thing is, it's hard to listen to a lot of their music after you know what they've been involved with, after you know what they've been accused of, after you have seen clips of him taking his hand and basically mauling that female in her face in front of a group of male idiots that all stood around and watched him do it. He smushed that woman in the face, and this was like back in 2010 as they were walking down the street, and nobody did anything about it. He has no care or concern for people for real, for real. And a lot of them are all the same, y'all. So I don't know why people sit up there and worship these fake, narcissistic entities that y'all call celebrities. You said justice is cooked, honestly. Well, there is a such thing as the universal laws, and there's a such thing as the universe, and there's such thing as energy. And some people do really get what they put out. They just don't get it right away. These people celebrate other entities, and when they say they believe in God, it's not the God that y'all are thinking about, y'all. They celebrate other entities and they partake in other practices. Need I say more? You can figure that part out. What's good, Maddie Ice? Haven't seen you in the building in a while. What's good, Trishy B? Haven't seen you in a while. I hope y'all are having a fantastic and a wonderful Monday. Hoita East Montag, everyone. Our weather is around 52 degrees, but I promise you it doesn't feel 52. It feels a whole lot colder. I don't know what type of manipulation they're doing with the weather. All right, but it feels very cold outside. So we had indoor recess today. So those are just my thoughts about all of this. You let me know, what are your thoughts about it. I will be doing more live streams for y'all. I haven't forgotten about y'all. I just been, as you know, busy and tired and busy, drained and busy, tired and drained. It's ridiculous. Haven't been seeing me. Yeah, that's probably why you haven't been seeing notifications, Maddie Ice. The sport and entertainment industry and politics are all connected. Yes, it is. It definitely is. And anybody that thinks that it's not, they are definitely misled, and they have a lot of waking up to do. Um, I'm not going to try to wake people up. I'm just going to talk about what I feel, what I know, and what my intuition tells me. And I feel like this whole world, we've been tricked into a big facade of a matrix from the time we even were born, y'all. From the time our parents were born, our grandparents, and even beyond then, we've been just tricked into this whole matrix that they put together. And they all have demonic roots, right? And so you know what's coming next. Okay, so we had, allegedly, we had Groundhog's Day, and of course they're teaching this to the children, right? Groundhog's Day, we go over it every day with the children. Oh, did the groundhog see its shadow? I asked the kindergartners today. I said, "Do y'all believe that?" They said no. um, then it's what? Valentine's Day. Do the history behind Valentine's Day. I might do a live stream talking about Saint Valentine. You all, he was, what do you call him? Gay. Okay, let's start there. So Saint Valentine, and Valentine's Day is about a bunch of gay rituals and practices as well. Ritualistic practices. It's not about a lot of the things that we think it's about. But they remix and twist all of these holidays and get people to buy into these merchant holidays to make money and capitalize off of them. My thing is this: you don't have to wait for a holiday to let people know how you feel about them. You don't have to wait for any day that's a marked calendar day by man to let people know how you feel about them. Let them know in that moment. You don't have to wait for their birthday. You can tell them whenever you think about it, whenever you can. You buy people gifts all throughout the year. It doesn't have to be on one particular day. And that's the sad part, because society has put up so much expectation on people to fit these narratives for these holidays, y'all. You were about to go to sleep at the moment I saw you live. I had to tune in. Thank you, Don. And I feel like people should not even feed into it. Don't put pressure on yourself to try to go out here and compete and do all these things that they basically advertise to us and market to us every year. Because are you tired of it? I'm kind of tired of it and over it. Okay, here's Valentine's Day, and then what do? They get all the recycled stuff that was in the store from last year, and they put it back into Walmart and all these dollar stores, and they might have a slight variation of the same thing that they had last year, and then they mark it all up, and then before the season is over, they mark it down so you can buy it on sale if you want and use it for next year instead of spending a high dollar amount while it's in stock and in season. Then they switch that stuff out, and then they're rushing. I bet you right now, if you go into the store, they're rushing into Easter. Easter eggs, I bet you, are at the dollar store and in a lot of these stores right now. You said, I always felt that way. Show love to people all year, not one time. You have to. You have to. Don't remind me of Valentine's Day. My heart got played with too many times. That's why I said don't feed into these holidays, y'all, and all these fake false narratives, because it sets people up with false expectations. And then if you don't have a Valentine, and if you didn't get anything, and then that person didn't care about you because they didn't go big enough, like all of this stuff is kind of stupid. Because if a person really cares about you, you know they care about you. And they don't have to just show it for one day. They don't just have to show it by buying you candy that you probably don't even like, because most of the time it's nasty and only a couple of them taste good out of the whole candy box. And then after those are gone, you really don't want the rest. So they spent all this money on candy. You pick out the ones you like, and then the rest gets tossed in the trash. That's how the cookie crumbles, y'all. But y'all, so do something special for yourselves each and every day. Do something special for yourself if you want to partake in the holiday. Oh, that's my timer, y'all. Even I lost all my friends. I'm generally cooked. Hold on one second. So I have a few more minutes before I have to be back in here to get these children and take them to lunch, y'all. And depending on how I feel, I might come back in here and sign in with y'all later. Their lunch is in let me see, 3 plus in 8 minutes. Their lunch is in 8 minutes. So I probably should be walking to get them now so I can pick them up on time and we can make it to the lunchroom, y'all. Anyway, I just wanted to say hi. Make sure you all have an amazing day today. Do something for yourself that makes you feel good, no matter what it is. Work on your dream, work on your goals, desires, ambitions each and every day if you can. Even if it's for 20 minutes today, work on it because you are worth it. Your life, your time, your energy is worth it, y'all. I'm going to sign out. Celebrate yourself and continue to walk in your divinity. I will tune in with y'all later. Be blessed, y'all.